Alrighty, back for part two. Sorry about that, got cut off. As I was saying, I'm very impressed with the interior layout. I like the colors, I like the dark, I like the nice light accents. Kind of almost a fake carbon fiber, but it's a little lighter. Of course, it's all plastic. There's no real metal throughout the vehicle. This is all plastic, but still nicely put together. As far as the buttons and switches, there are lots. I mean, first time I climbed into one, I was completely lost. There's so much. And I know that that's what everyone, I guess, seems to want nowadays, or I guess it's at least what the manufacturers believe that the people want, or more gadgets, more buttons, more stuff. Me, I'm a simple guy. I like simple. I like putting the vehicle in drive and driving. I like, the adaptive cruise control is nice. I don't need all the nannies. I don't need the steering assist, but that's just the day and age that we live in. This one does have the full digital layout for the cluster. It is fully digital. It is actually, you can change it up. You can move these gauges around. This, of course, is your this is your battery gauge, I guess your meter. The second one here is the boost gauge. Of course, there's not a separate gauge for each turbo. It's just all in one. This, of course, is your digital speedometer readout, as well as your goodness, I can't talk today, guys, tachometer. Fuel mileage right here. This is an average broken down over the course of 68 miles, just to give you guys an idea. And this one probably been run pretty hard. It was taken on several test drives. But I've been reading that with the four-wheel drive model, you're going to get somewhere around 20. Very impressive over the previous generation. And you're going to have tons and tons and tons more torque and a little bit more power as well. Next on my list, let me zoom this out just a slight bit. Alrighty. It does have adaptive cruise. We've gone over that. It does have the lane departure warning system with steering assist. It does have, of course, the pre-collision system with auto braking. This one also has the rear cross traffic alert with auto braking. So if I was to throw this vehicle in reverse currently, which I'm not going to do because I'm doing a video, I could reverse out of a parking spot and say someone happened to be walking by or driving by. This vehicle would alert me to that situation, and if I didn't stop, it actually would try to avoid an accident by stopping me. I've also noticed, and this is a little annoying to me, may not bother anyone else, but I like to go to the lake. I like boats. I like jet skis. I'm a big jet ski guy. Whenever I'm in and out of my vehicle on a boat ramp, every once in a while, I'm gonna have the door open because I like to see exactly where I'm at. I use of course, the ground, or the lines on the ground, to measure exactly how far back I am. You cannot put this vehicle in reverse with a door open with your seatbelt off and back up. It will immediately slam on the brakes and it will scare the crap out of you. You have to put your seatbelt on. That's kind of an annoying feature for people like me who actually do like to pull and tow with my vehicle. That may not bother anyone else. It's just a small pet peeve I have. Interior build quality. I think we talked a little bit about the exterior earlier. Interior build quality is good. Obviously, the materials are similar to the previous generation. The biggest thing I think is that no longer do you have the big, blocky, just solid panels. Now it's gone a little bit more of a sleek design, a little bit more updated. It's nice. It's nicely laid out. I don't like stuff like this. The door panel has a little bit of flex. This is okay. I'm not going to complain too terribly much about it. Everything else, though, it just feels cheap. I don't understand. Now, compared to a new Chevy Silverado or Tahoe, even the Fords, I think we're pretty much the same, pretty similar as far as build quality goes. But guys, I got to tell you, I think Dodge and Jeep have got them beat. I'm not a Dodge and Jeep guy, but as far as the build quality on the interiors, severely lacking. I'm not impressed. Now, I think I did have one other video before on a Chevy Silverado where I could literally take the entire side of the dash right here and just pull out on it. This one has a little bit of flex, not too terribly bad. Now, these are nice and solid. I noticed on the Chevrolets, this will just, I mean, if you're a heavier fellow like myself, you got to use this to climb in. On a Chevrolet, there's so much flex, I feel like I'm going to break it. This one, not quite so bad. Of course, dash is all hard plastic. I believe on the higher trim levels, you will get some faux leather up here, which does make it look a little better, but come on, really? Little things like that really drive me nuts. Let's jump up here real quick. Here's another big one. Now this one's not nearly as awful because it does have a sunroof. I notice on our trucks with no sunroof, there's a lot of flex in this sunroof, in this headliner. This piece, it's in good shape on this one. It's nice and solid. Little small things. Mirror, everything's nice and solid there, no problems. Screen, pretty solid, not going anywhere. Not too bad. Not too bad. But compared to the previous generation, how's this going to hold up in 5, 6, 7, 10 years, 300,000 miles? I don't know. I will tell you, I've already seen 22 model and 23 model Tundras come in where this is just completely sloppy. And quite honest, that's a brand new truck. Of course, it's going to kick over for the manual shift mode. It shouldn't be like that. I don't like it. Electronic parking brake is super nice. I do like that. Of course, these are your drive modes. You have a sport mode as well as an eco mode on this particular vehicle. This one does not have the adjustable ride control. It doesn't have the adjustable suspension. I believe they call it AVS. It does have four-wheel drive on this particular model. I do like the four-wheel drive system. It's nice. It's Toyota. I mean, Toyota does a great job with their four-wheel drives. It does have a wireless charging pad right here. It's nice, but when you put your phone in here, this little piece right here is the only thing that keeps your phone from sliding back and forth in turns, and it doesn't work. My phone slides off pretty consistently. The infotainment screen, great. I love it. It's huge, it's massive, easy to reach. One other issue on another model from Toyota is that they somehow, for some reason, managed to put the volume knob all the way across on the passenger side. I don't know why they did that. That's on the new Highlander, but we won't talk about that right now. This one is properly placed. It's nice, big knob, easy to reach. Again, lots of buttons as far as the climate control. And why is the volume knob with the climate control? That throws me off. I'm sure it'll throw off some of the older folk as well. Up here, though, most everything else is going to be touchscreen. You've got a nice layout. Now, this new system is a little confusing. I think the biggest confusion for some of the people I work with is when setting it up with of course, your Safety Connect, which this is your Safety Connect setup here. That is our version of an emergency roadside assistance in emergency service. When setting up your phone for the first time, it's a little bit confusing with the app. And I think they are currently making some changes with that app, trying to update it, upgrade it, make it a little bit more user-friendly, but it is kind of confusing. I mean, even for a salesman who's done it several times, actually several hundred times, it's still a little bit tricky, and it does glitch out. I think they still have a little bit of a ways to go with that. Once you get it all set up, though, and you get to this screen here, this is going to be your radio layout. Little bit of a complaint, and again, guys, I'm a very picky person when it comes to technology. I'm a little bit upset about how this layout is set up. So when I want to change my station, I want a knob. I want to be able to tune my station with a knob. It's not hard. They want you to click through continuously until you find your station, and then you heart it. That's, of course, adding it to your favorites list. That's great. I like that. That's replaced the presets, I guess. But I don't know. It's just a little bit annoying. I don't like having to click through and tap the screen for a channel selection. Of course, going back to settings over here, you can change all kinds of, display. You've got a Wi-Fi hotspot available to you. You can, of course, change up all your sound tuning. I've already kind of, well, it reset on me. I like to tinker with all this mess, change up your balance here. That's nice. I like that they allow you to do change all of that. Vehicle itself, got trip information. This is a really nice screen. I like that, everything, of course, nowadays is centered on fuel mileage and fuel consumption and emissions. So they give you a nice graph showing you how well you're doing on your fuel mileage. Look, you're in a big, heavy SUV. It's built like a brick. It's never going to get amazing fuel mileage, at least not yet. So I'm not upset with the fuel mileage. I think it's for the amount of power you're pulling out of this vehicle, I think it's comparable to some of the other big competitors. But I do like the, you can sit and watch and do a whole readout on that. Those are kind of my nitpicks on this vehicle. As for the steering, it feels just like you would expect a Toyota to feel. Very solid, nice, tight steering. Of course, this one does have the electronically assisted steering. I'm an old school guy. I like my old school rack and pinion steering. I don't really like all the electric nannies, but unfortunately, that's where the future is taking us. I love the view. It's got a nice, aggressive view. It's easy to see out of, of course, the back end, the C-pillars, there's a little bit of a block there. It's a pretty decently sized C-pillar, but I've got no problem seeing out of this vehicle. Of course, this one's going to be loaded with your blind spot monitoring, and again, the adaptive, or the lane departure warning system with steering assist is on this one as well. I think the digital rear-facing camera here, the digital rearview mirror, is kind of a gimmick. I never use it. It actually is a little bit distracting. It throws me off, especially driving down the road and seeing it's like a TV's playing all the time. It bothers me. I know most of my customers actually absolutely love it, and that's great. That's it's for me, it's not really something I would want, but I can see where someone might like that option. That's really all I have to talk about as far as build quality. There are a few other little nitpicks, certain things being like, just this is not poorly done. It's all right. But of course, I've complained about this on the Tundras. This center console lid still feels a little bit flimsy to me, guys. It's not quite up to par with the previous generation. Maybe they'll take a look at that here in the near future and fix that. Hope you guys have an awesome rest of your day. Please like, comment, subscribe. Comment and tell me if you'd like to know a little more about this vehicle. If you'd like any specific details gone over, let me know. I don't by any means consider myself a specialist on a Toyota Sequoia, but I really enjoy going through and kind of tearing these things down, in my mind and giving you guys my thoughts. Let me know. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.